You need the best 2-in-1 laptops to get the versatile tech experience. Being able to flip between a traditional laptop layout to a tablet and anything in between a 360-degree hinge is great for those consistently changing their environments. If you want the best 2-in-1 laptop for you, you need to consider your needs. What combination of price, design, display, power, and longevity suits you best? Most individuals using a 2-in-1 often work in creative or technical fields, so a bright and colorful panel may be a vital component. Battery life is usually a must-have across all categories. Then there's durability. You need to make sure the 2-in-1 you get doesn't collapse on the first flip. To help you find the right model, we've listed the top 5 best 2-in-1 laptops and their key features, plus the things you need to consider to help you choose the best one for you, and as always, you can check pricing for any of these products in the description below. Like the video, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Now, let's get started. Number 5. LG Gram Pro 16 2-in-1. Thin, light, and perfect for travel. It'll last longer than work, too. What makes a laptop great for travel is its physical portability. Adding to its portability is its battery life. The Gram Pro lasted 10 hours and 41 minutes on the Laptop Mag battery test, which involves continuous web surfing over Wi-Fi at 150 nits. That puts it in a tightly competitive spot with the HP Spectre 1045, and it crushes the Lenovo Yoga Pro 9i 951. So not only is the Gram slim and light, but it'll also survive longer than your average workday. The Gram Pro is built with an Intel Core Ultra 7 155H processor, 32GB of RAM, and 1 TB of SSD storage. On the Geekbench 6.3 overall performance test, the LG Gram Pro soared over the category average at the time, which was a couple thousand points lower. It also hovered around the HP Spectre 12,370 and Yoga Pro 9i 12,141. Its 16-inch 2880x1800 touch OLED display is absolutely stunning to behold, managing in 133.5% coverage of the DCI-P3 color gamut and a brightness of 392 nits. Its combination of brightness, color, and high resolution should be fantastic for artists who need to go in depth with accuracy. The keyboard is pleasantly bouncy despite its low-key travel. The touchpad is also quite responsive. Unfortunately, the touchpad is quite mushy, so you might want to check out the best wireless mouse page if you choose the Gram Pro 16. Ports are also very important on a laptop, best for travel. The last thing you want is to be carrying a dongle around, so make sure these ports suit your need. The LG Gram Pro comes with 2 USB Type-C ports, an HDMI 2.1 port, 2 USB Type-A ports, and a headphone jack. Unfortunately, if you need a SD or microSD card slot, you'll need a USB Type-C hub. The LG Gram Pro 16 2-in-1 is the world's lightest 16-inch 2-in-1, and it features a gorgeous OLED display and nearly 11 hours of battery life. However, the competition is stiff at its lofty price point. Number 4. Lenovo ThinkPad X1 Fold 16 Gen 1. The Lenovo ThinkPad X1 Fold model that we reviewed comes built with an Intel Core i7-12600U, 32GB of RAM, 1 TB of SSD storage, and a 16.3-inch OLED display at 2560x2024 pixel resolution. Of course, the main selling point of this device is that it's foldable. If you're unsure what that means, it essentially has the ability to act as a laptop with a keyboard magnetically attached to the deck. And if you remove the keyboard, you can extend it out into a single, full-size tablet. Madeline Ricciuto said, "As a business machine, the ThinkPad X1 Fold 16 is perhaps positioned better than its competitors because its flexibility matches the current hybrid work environment better than a standard laptop might, in our review of the Lenovo ThinkPad X1 Fold. This means most people aren't going to need this laptop, but for those that do, our reviewer claimed that it's arguably the best foldable laptop available right now. It's shockingly thin and light, coming in at just 2.9 pounds in tablet mode and 4.3 pounds with the keyboard and stand attached. Its design allows for a compelling all-in-one use case. You can turn the laptop into a makeshift monitor and then detach the keyboard to emulate a quick desktop setup in no time at all. Considering it's only 4.3 pounds altogether, it can easily fit most bags, and is perfect for on-the-go workers who prefer larger space for their projects. The ThinkPad X1 Fold 16 Gen 1 is arguably the best foldable laptop available today, but whether that means it's the best laptop for you may be another matter. Number 3. Lenovo YogaBook 9i. A 2-display laptop perfect pick for multitaskers and artists. Not to be confused with its sibling, the Yoga 9i Gen 8, the Lenovo YogaBook 9i boasts a unique design even among 2-in-1s. It features two 13.3-inch 2800x1800 OLED touch displays with a Bluetooth mouse and keyboard, and even includes a folio cover and the Lenovo Digital Pen. You can use each display independently or together and orient them vertically like a book or horizontally Nintendo DS style. Mark Anthony Ramirez said, "The 9i is a near-perfect productivity laptop, giving users many options to remain productive, push documents, and even get creative." In our review of the Lenovo YogaBook 9i, while it's a bit expensive for a 2-in-1 at $2,000, you get a lot of power and performance for the price, not to mention that unique dual display setup. The YogaBook 9i includes a 13th Gen Intel Core i7, 16GB of RAM, a 512GB SSD, and integrated Intel Iris Xe graphics. It would have been nice to see a dedicated GPU here, but the integrated graphics are enough for most. Number 2. Lenovo IdeaPad Flex 5i Chromebook Plus. The Lenovo IdeaPad Flex 5i Chromebook Plus is a 2-in-1 Chromebook that'll save you a little more than a shiny penny and still provide you with a solid overall experience. It's packed with an Intel Core i3 1305U processor, 8GB of RAM, 128GB of eMMC storage, and a 14-inch 1920x1080 touchscreen display. Mark Anthony Ramirez said, "The Lenovo IdeaPad Flex 5i takes full advantage of Google's AI-infused Chrome OS and delivers potent performance that will impress you." In our review of the Lenovo IdeaPad Flex 5i Chromebook Plus, for its performance, we tested it against the Geekbench 6 overall performance test, where the IdeaPad Flex 5i scored 5,384, sliding past the 5,259 Chromebook average at the time. That's decent enough to get you through most less taxing tasks. And thanks to the Chromebook's relatively light operating system, it won't suffer the same slowdown as a Windows laptop. The IdeaPad Flex 5i is also quite portable, measuring 12.4 x 9.0 x 0.8 inches and weighing 3.57 pounds. It lands somewhere between the Acer Chromebook Spin 714, 302 pounds, and the Acer Chromebook Plus 515, 3.7 pounds. It also looks nice, featuring an aluminum storm gray colored lid. That's not common for a laptop this cheap. Unfortunately, you'll need to sacrifice the display. The Flex 5i's 14-inch 1080p display covered a dismal 46.5% of the DCI-P3 color gamut and produced only 306 nits of brightness. This isn't too far from what we expect a laptop at this price point to produce. Still, both scores landed well below the Chromebook average at the time. Despite that, the Lenovo IdeaPad Flex 5i Chromebook Plus is an excellent 2-in-1 laptop considering the price. Number 1. HP Spectre X360 14. Our pick for the best overall in this list, with our very own Rami Tabari going as far as to say he'd buy it himself. With a powerful Intel Core Ultra 7 155H processor, 32GB of RAM, 2 TB of SSD storage, and 11 hours of battery life packed into a 14-inch 2.8K OLED touchscreen. Rami Tabari said, "With impressive battery life and a gorgeous OLED display, you'll forget about its minor flaws real quick." In our review of the HP Spectre X360 14. To top it all off, this absolutely beast is somehow only $1,858, and while that isn't necessarily cheap, it's a pretty impressive degree of power for a configuration this beefy. Otherwise, we were impressed by its sleek design. Stunning OLED panel, bouncy keyboard, powerful speakers, and 4K webcam. It also has a decent SSD speed, with a transfer rate of 1,362 megabytes per second, which is close to the average, 1,378 megabytes per second. It was faster than the ThinkPad, 1,249 WPS, but not the Swift, 1,458 MB per second, or MacBook, 2,956 MB per second. The HP Spectre X360 14 2024 is a perfect storm of performance and components. With impressive battery life and a gorgeous OLED display, you'll forget about its minor flaws real quick.